Hello everyone and welcome back to Gravity Block. So, there's a lot to talk about. I have some good news and some bad news and some apologies. So, first things first, the apologies. This series has been kind of a flop so far. I know I've been recording very long videos. Um, I'm hoping to slowly make those a little bit shorter. Um, but we'll see how everything goes. I'm working on getting a timer so I actually know when to stop the recording and make the actual episodes a little bit easier to watch and actually have them shorter so you can watch more in a shorter period of time. What else? Oh, we've also lost a lot of footage in this series. Which just generally means that you are skipping ahead in time, sort of, from what I'm doing. So a lot of stuff you guys will see is actually takes a lot longer to do than you think it does. And I just wanted to apologize because that's my fault on losing camera footage because I'm not testing my recording software before I record. I'm just starting recording and hoping for the best. Um, so from now on, I'm going to try to test my mic and everything before I record, so that I don't lose as much footage or any. So we'll see how that goes. Hoping for the best again. I think that's all for apologies. I think so. If I missed something, please let me know. Good news and bad news. Bad news generally first because the good news kind of softens it afterwards. So bad news, I accidentally threw my both. I threw my tool bag, not my not my gold bag that had all the other bags in it, but my tool bag. Accidentally threw into the void because I had it open like this, and I picked it up and it chucked it out of my inventory, and then it was just gone forever. So a lot of stuff that was in there is just gone now, which is terrible, but it is what it is, and I have to deal with it. So to kind of fix that, so some of the things we had a scythe, so I remade a scythe. So all the named stuff we had is kind of gone now. The scythe, whatever, I don't remember the name of it, but we still have our Pikmin pickaxe, which is good because it doesn't have auto smelt. We did lose our auto smelt pickaxe. That is one of the things we did lose, unfortunately. And then we do still have our great sword, Jason, which it does plus 36 damage, attack damage. I added some stuff to it so you guys can see the kind of build I have currently. If you're wondering how did you get that much attack on it, you don't get that many modifiers whenever you level up an item. Putting any equipment item with a gold block and a diamond will get you another modifier slot, and the same thing is true for a notch apple, as I call it, and most Minecrafters call it, plus a diamond block will also give you another modifier slot. So keep that in mind for whenever you're making tools. And then I also went ahead and made every type of sword because I was like, might as well. Remade my Matic, which I think I remember the name for now, but at the time I didn't. But I remade my Matic. It's now a Manilian level. I made another broad axe. And then I made some javelins and some shurikens because they sounded fun. So I currently am comfortable with my shurikens, and I got Smite from them, and at the beginning, whenever I didn't have any modifiers, I put a gold block and a diamond on them in order so I could put moss on them. And then when it leveled up, it got a modifier slot, and I put necrotic on it. I have some plans for my shurikens. It's going to be fun. So, and then, so that was the bad news. My tool bag got trashed on accident, but all of the rest of my bags are still here. So this one is, if I can remember right, the no EMC bag. And then, so we have the no EMC bag. Yeah. And these have more space anyway, and you can't pick them up out of your inventory, so that the chance of that happening is literally 0 now, so instead of very likely. And then this is our fruit bag, which is from our trees that we have planted down there. And then our seed bag. And then lastly, this is our sapling bag, which I can show you real quick. There you go. There's our saplings. And I did edit some quests to change the rewards. And the reason I did that was because, oh yeah, I forgot I took off this. Okay, so I did figure out how to use the Steam exosuit. So we're on to the good news now, if you haven't caught on to this. I figured out how to use this. So this one we put our Floral Laurel on, which is something for Botania, and then Mask of Revealing, which is Thaumcraft, I think. And then we have our Steam Jetpack and our Power Fist that I put on the chestplate, as well as a reinforced exosuit tank, which gives you a charge and all of the things that are like add-ons become useful. And then the gain LP when hurt, which doesn't really happen that often, so I might change that out for something. I don't know. And then thrusters, which is just another jump, I think. And the modular acceleration, which just means you go faster. And then our long fall boots. And the reason is because the other boots were okay, but they didn't suppress fall damage. So that's why I have our long fall boots there. Which don't actually seem to be the same long fall boots that we had before. But that's okay, because you're going to see why here in a second. So I'm going to check these into this, which is, I've been currently working with solar panels to kind of give us more power. And you might notice I'm in a weird location, kind of like a spot that we haven't been before. You might notice some stuff off screen that we'll get to. But I made a larger area here, which is attached to this area. So our little machines there are attached to this. So I just made a bigger area here, and I'll explain that and that here in a second. So this is basically auto workbenches that actually don't need power. I didn't know that when I placed these down, and so they already have a bunch of stuff in them, and I can't really change that. So these have been making lots and lots of solar panels, and then they go into this one using the pipe down there, and then that's full of those. That's solar panel 2s. I'll fix it later. It doesn't matter currently. And then manually I have to take these out. So this one is pumping these through this pipe into here. And then this is making solar panel 5s. And then this I have to manually put over to here. But these are making the final solar panel 6. And currently we have, yes, I'm flying because I'm wearing this, by the way, the gym suit, in case you were wondering. And then we've slowly been changing all of these to solar panel 5 or 6s, which is the highest one. What this has caused is us never running out of power. Yeah, so I kind of got bored, and I was like, well, what can I do with all of this power? And my only response to that was, well, I can make a very large battery. And I've already done this once, and it's over there, that big battery over there. Holds 200 million something. I will go look. Hold on. Let's find out. 200,000 million. Yeah, 200 million. And then this is to pump it out and into the other thing. As I have explained at a point. I don't remember when, but I did explain that once. So that's full of batteries, and I've also thrown world anchors around just because if it gets too laggy, I can remove them. But so I also made some tech gun, some simple tech gun stuff that you need for the mod for later because I kind of want to mess around with those. But this, it's time to explain this big cube of power that I made. So it's a hollow cube. There is one block in the center that is hollow, but it's basically a cube in a cube. So the inner cube is a bunch of resonant energy cells surrounding a one block space. So you have your one block space, and then your energy cells just all around that space. This takes 9, 18, I don't know, a lot. Let's see here. 18, 26 could be about 26, if not exactly. So 26 of the resonant energy cells, and then like a stack and a half of resonant flux ducts. And that was just, I don't know why, but like I did this and I was like, well, I kind of want it in the middle, so it's just like there, but it kind of looks better with the two there, so it looks like it's actually sort of being held up, or like it's magic and technology mixed together to create this. I looked at it and I was like, this kind of looks like like the inside of a robot's head. You know what I mean? Like if I made the outside and put like wool on it, and made it like look like something. I'm really tempted to do that. Excuse me. I'm really tempted to do that. Just put wool everywhere and make it look like something. I thought maybe a zombie head, but I don't know yet. So there's that. And then you might see our lag fest up there with some pigs. But first, I want to explain this. This is our nutrient distillation tank. So I actually made it look kind of nice. Some brick, some gravel bricks from Extra Utilities, and some sandy block stairs from Railcraft. None of these you need any machines to actually make. Like you'd think you would need a machine for the Railcraft stuff, but you really don't. But yeah, and then it's just open blocks tanks because the textures mix or whatever it's called connect. That's what it is. The textures connect, and it actually kind of makes a multi-block structure, sort of. So it'll actually fill up the tank above it whenever it's pumped into a bottom block. So what's going on is whenever we use our vat, it will produce our nutrient. I was getting there. Our nutrient. Ooh, careful. And that will be immediately pumped out into our giant tank, and it hasn't ever been full. But yeah, it will be pumped out into our giant tank. And this was here so I could put I can't remember what it's called, but it's the thing from Project E that's infinite water. We used it in Flaxbeard Steamcraft stuff, Steam, whatever, to fill up the boilers with water. And so I put it in here so the autonomous evaporator would automatically put water in here, and I just sent it running because I was like, oh, it'll fill up to the max and then it'll just be done. Well, I found a glitch. um, It filled up a bit too much. Like multiply that by 100, and you still don't have as much water as I put in this thing. And I've even picked this thing up with a pickaxe and placed it back down, and the water was still in there. And I was like, seriously? There is a dump input tank option, but I was like, I'm not gonna need anything else in there. And whenever I do need something else in there, I'll just click the button. But currently, it's filled with a bunch of water. So yeah, that is just filled to the brim with water, and it will be pumped out into our tank. And this is going to suck it out of the tank into a zombie generator. And this actually produces RF, even though we really don't need it to. So it's currently, its bar is full. But yeah, anytime that I would ever run out of RF, which I'm never going to because of these, I have this to pump out of here to make us more power. So I have all this power, and I'm sitting here going, what am I going to make that uses this much power? I have no idea. You guys can leave in the comments what you guys have built that uses the amount of power that we've used, or that we have. But yeah, I do plan on just taking out all of the solar panel 2s because they can be made with RF or whatever this is called. EMC. I was getting there. Oh, my brain's going a mile a second. Yeah, these can be made with EMC. These cannot, and they're very expensive. So this is, by the way, this is just some stuff I threw into a machine just so we could have some small inventory of stuff already whenever we get into the tech guns stuff. I'm very interested into getting into this. The equipment is kind of weird. I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. It makes noise if you put stuff in there. It's like goo, goo. It's a lot of fun. So this is one of the systems I had going. I removed the hopper and put it in here because this was turning redstone blocks into redstone liquid, something, whatever. And then the redstone cell frame or something like that was putting in here and automatically making the redstone cells full, which are somewhere. Yeah, I also have a bunch of those because I got bored. And then this was one of the systems I used for turning what are these called? Photovoltaic cell one. No, I might have probably pronouncing that wrong, but yeah, turning these into these. Because I knew I was going to need a bunch of them. So what I did was I set up a tank that, as you can see, I can't really point at it because, but you fill this up with clay, and then you fill this up with your whatever, your overdrop of these, whatever they're all, the cell ones, we'll call them. And then you have to use a regular hopper because a regular hopper will actually take 5 different items out of a chest at once, or switch between them or whatever, because I was trying to use the transfer nodes and it only transfers 1 item at a time, which is really frustrating, but it does. So clay and that will make your cell 2s. Then you're thinking, well, how do I make the cell 1s? Similar setup, but you actually need 2 of the massive better barrels. One of them just filled with mirrors, the other one filled with lapis lazuli, or lazuli, however you want to pronounce it. And there you go, just like that. And then sometimes this will get packed. You just remove one and then it gets going again. And this you just remove until it decides to put in your lapis. But I basically just take out the lapis and then do that. and then chuck these back in here. And that's how you do it, just like that. And these are empty, but meh. And then those will go through the system, and then the pulverizer is connected but doesn't actually do anything because it doesn't recognize that it can put it in here because the cell 1s can't go in a pulverizer. So yeah, and so those will make your cell 1s. And the nice thing about the cell 1s is it actually is a equivalent ratio of mirrors to lapis, meaning it takes a stack of lapis and a stack of mirrors to make a stack of the cell 1s. Whereas this ratio is way off. The clay and the whatever cell 2s or cell 1s, yeah, cell 1s. The cell 1s and the clay are way off. So if you had like a stack of cell 1s and a stack of clay, it would make like 5 of the cell 3s, cell 2s. So yeah, that was really frustrating. And then you take the cell 2s over to this little machine right here, and this will actually take, it's not in here because I used all of it, but it will take glowstone, put it into here, pipe it over to your fluid transposer, and then you put in your cell 2s, and then you get cell 3s. And you're like, well, what do I do with cell 3s? You take your cell 3s, you take them over to this bad boy, throw them into here with some blaze rods, and they go in here, and then you pump out your cell 4s. And finally, your cell 4s go in here, or sorry, your cell 4s go in there, cell 3s go in there, cell 2s go in there, and cell 1s go in there. So this is currently not doing anything because it ran out of solar panels to use, solar panel 2s. So yeah, that's all out. What next? Okay, we'll go over here. I made a big old tank here as well for steam. Yeah. And so the reason I have this is because then I never have to set the boilers to go ever again. I can just pump out of this, which, ooh, I thought these, the pressure converters, because I wasn't actually reading it, I just assumed from the way they looked. I thought they would, like, if the pressure got too much, they would explode, and then they would release the pressure. That is an item, but it's not these. It's something completely different. But yeah, these will pump into the transfer node liquid and fill up the tank, which I think there's probably, oh, there's not. Okay. But yeah, that's what that'll do. And then I figured out how to do the steamed foods. You put a chest on top of your heating, your steam heater, and that's how you power the furnace. And then you put your food here, and then it will turn it into steamed whatever. But we still couldn't finish that quest. Oh, speaking of which, my quest book is right here because it wasn't in my bag. So the time for steam. This quest still couldn't complete it, and the reason is because we don't have cows. So we will actually have to go adventuring to find some cows, and I have some plans for that, but we'll have to save it for a different episode. So yeah, I made this cool giant tank, and this is how I made it. I put some aluminum brass blocks up there because I thought they would look pretty decorative. I have my quartz stairs that look pretty good, quartz blocks there, and then smoked quartz blocks, which actually gave it a nice darker look, which I kind of like. And then again, just aluminum stairs. And then I don't know why I did this, but I also put the aluminum brass on the bottom. So I don't know. I don't know, feeling cute. Thought I might decorate. You also might notice that we actually have a bigger area here. I've added on to our small little area that was here that I thought was really big at the time when I made it. I was like, wow, this is a lot of grass. But I've realized it's not really that much, and I kind of wanted a cow to spawn, so I made this platform, and I was like, well, I'll just put my trees on it. And then I was like, all right, cool, put my trees on. And I was like, well, I have a lot more trees to plant. So I made one more, and I planted some more trees, and I was like, wait, I made this so big, I can plant another row of trees. So yeah, uh, kind of expanded that a bit. This will probably get expanded again farther out this way, just because it makes it easier to get to the planet over there. I also just noticed that my minimap's gone, but that's not how you get to it. Is it Y? Yeah, on. Don't know why you were off, but all right. But yeah, cool. Is it plus and minus that actually do that? Shift plus and minus? No. Okay, I don't know what makes the minimap. Ooh, that's fun. Instead of, I don't know what that does. So I don't even know what I clicked. Maybe one of the arrows. Oh, okay. Not the arrow keys, but like the when you type out a greater than or less than sign. That's what it is. Got it. That's how this came up. The one that points right. I can't remember which one is which because I'm bad at that. Okay. Um, I'm saving that for last because it's probably the most exciting out of everything. So I made new pins for our single sheep and our pigs that we are currently breeding. This one apparently was traveling in the mine. Steve must have got to him. Poor guy. Steve thought he was a creeper in the dark with all the vines. I don't know. Hi, you have brain damage? It's okay, little guy. It's okay. I love you. I love you for you, even if you have a diamond pick in your head. Um, piggies. Give me more piggies. Hee. That makes me happy. Okay. Um, that there. Okay, we haven't done anything else with Britannia because, well, honestly, we just haven't unlocked that area yet of the quest book. So I will leave that there and go over to here, which seems to be lagging a bit because there is actually a block there, but it's not showing. So I might have to relog for that. But yeah, these have been ticking away and keeping our EMC up and going. And eventually, I don't know when, eventually I'm going to um, get rid of the EMC stuff like this and just equipped something from a different mod that's not necessarily equal, but like close. Um, because this stuff just, you don't take any damage from this. And as you can see, I've actually leveled up these. And I think maybe the rarity of them changes when you level up. That doesn't make much sense, but I'm pretty sure this is the same armor. I don't know. Weird. I'm going to want this. We're getting into the laggy area, meaning the spawn area with all of the witches. I've also noticed with this suit, if you're holding out shift, it will push all of the enemies back. But currently I'm wanting to level up stuff, so I'm just going to use this. That seems to have worked. Oh yeah, you may have seen I put in some, they're basically spawners that you can make that spawn skeletons and have a chance to spawn wither skeletons, which is very nice, very useful. But yeah, it's very, very useful. And so I threw those in there and was like, sure, why not? Let's see what happens. So currently, this is slowly ticking up as well, and gathering bones or whatever else that takes EMC. And then this has all this stuff in it. And you might notice we have one of these. And if you know anything about extra utilities and the division sigil, you'll know that you can't get those unless you kill a wither. Well, I didn't summon him on purpose. What happened was I took a bunch of these, meaning 5, with I believe it's an ender eye and bone meal. No, candles. No, use the candles with this head to make the 5 things. And then you use 3 bone meal and an ender eye. Don't know why I remembered that, but there you go. And then that will make the thing. You place it down and it just spawns a wither. I was not prepared for that, but that's what happened. So you don't, it basically, you use 5 of the heads instead of 3, which is what you would normally need to make the wither spawn. But yeah, luckily enough, we had mob griefing off, so all of the explosions that it causes were perfectly fine and didn't actually break anything, which is amazing because that would have been horrible. While we're here, real quick, I'm going to take these and I'm going to take this because I can see we upgraded our chests to hold our potions and we have lots. What is this? Mundane amulet. Well, guess what? You have EMC. What are you? Oh wait, what are you used for? Absolutely nothing. Huh. Okay. Can I equip you? I can equip you. I don't know what it does, but we have it now. I lost track of what I was doing. Throw those in there. We also got a knowledge fragment, which I thought was really lucky. I don't know exactly what it's for. I know it's for Thaumcraft, and I know you need them. But that's it. That's all I know. So, yeah. Okay, let's go up to here, and I'll show you what this is all about. Da, da, so as you can see by the name of this, I've made some clones. And I may have used a lot of EMC to make them. They are powered by pigs. Yeah. So to show you exactly how many clones I have, I'm going to hold my staff of traveling, go into one of these shell storages. Yeah. I made a lot of clones. Yeah. To show you just how many clones I made, I put a chest down just for the transmutation table and the long fall boots. Yeah. So, if that tells you anything. Oh, that's where our suit of armor went. What am I wearing this for? Give me this. I honestly don't care if it has upgrades currently on it. It's nice to have, but this is my lovely perfect. So, I know at one point I was probably going to. Oh, also that must be the longfall boots I was. Yeah, level 3. And this. No, this is the wrong longfall boots. Okay, those go in there. These go in there. I guess I was planning on making another clone. Whoops. Okay. Yeah. So, I should probably show how those are made. We did make one of these at one point, but it might have been taken off of the footage. So one of these actually can be EMC'd. So the treadmills actually have an EMC, which is very nice. Excuse me. Yeah, so those were fairly cheap to make because of EMC. And then shell. Maybe it must have been the. Really? I put them in at one point and it took them, but it must have been a error on the server. I don't know why, but it did, and it made a mistake. Weird, but yeah, so you guys now know this is a thing. Yeah, I don't really have much to say about this. The storage, the shell storages, really, you just have to power them with a lever. You don't actually need a pig with a treadmill to power them, which is nice. Yeah, so that's how those are getting powered, and then these actually you have to power with the piggles. They'll prick you whenever you right click on them and they're empty, by the way, in case you were wondering. They'll like punch you in the face. You're like, you want a clone? We gotta take some of your flesh first. So, all right. It's time for the big reveal. This took a little bit of time to make, but I think it was worth it. Here we go. Wait. There it is. Here we go. Into the abyss. Into. You were not prepared. So I may have made a blood fountain. Yeah, I've been working on blood magic kind of off to the side as something kind of fun because um because I made the pack and I've made the quest book and all, well, not the quest book but the quests in it. I've kind of been going through blood magic because eventually I am planning on, I don't know if it'll happen, but I'm planning on, you tell me if you guys think this is interesting or if you actually want it to happen. I don't know why I did that. Adding a blood magic tree or quest line, which I think would be pretty easy, but I'm still working out how it works because it's a little glitchy in, excuse me, 1.7.10. And because of that, I added in, I think it's in this one. No. This one? This one, yeah. I added in this. Sanguine Scientium, or whatever, however it's pronounced. Basically, it is a how-to book or guide to blood magic. And I was like, well, how do I craft this? And I looked and looked and looked, and I was like, well, how do nowhere tells me how to make this. And I finally found that you make it with a book, glass, and a feather. And I tried it, and it didn't work. And I was like, but you need this to do this mod. How do I do this? Which I'm actually going to spawn in another one of these. I say another because I did spawn in that at one point, and then threw away the tool bag. But yeah, so first first signs of cheating right here. Boop. Because we've already completed the quest and I changed it just so you could get it. And yeah, so it's like the way to get blood magic, and I'll show you what's to my left in a second. But I made this, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. And if you go right into the center, or sort of, you can see on the map, and I'm very proud of this. Oh, okay. You can see on the map, it is perfectly symmetrical, and I love it. You can draw a line to pretty much through every single point this way, and then an X shape as well. And I'm pretty sure as far as Minecraft goes, it's pretty darn symmetrical. Although I am seeing some uh, lights, or whatever there are, lights or something that are kind of off on the minimap, but that's fine. So I made this, and I think it looks amazing. Uh, so I used large hex plating with the red and the black to make the floor, which I think is cool. I think it really makes the whole thing pop for the flooring. Um, basically, you're probably wondering like how did I come up with the shape of the flooring? It was really simple. I just like spaced out from the center 4 blocks, which is these, and did like this ring first, and then I went one space and then another ring around that, and then 2 spaces and then another ring. And then I was like, well, I like the rings, but it's like you can't walk on them because there's a space between them. You can sprint over them, but that's about it. So I wanted to make it like a cool pattern. So that's what I came up with. You have your ring of black, ring of red, ring of black, ring of red, 2 rings of black, 2 rings of red, and then 1 ring of black. Which on hindsight, it probably would have looked better with a ring of red at the end because of the smoke quartz stairs, but meh, there it is. And you're like, what is that black block you're using? It's so black. There's nothing that's that dark in Minecraft. And you're right, it's a mod. It's the Chisel Block, anti-block. Um, and I will actually show you how to make these because I want to get my facts right. So they're basically pure whatever color that you pick out of them. And for this, you need anti-blocks and then a color. And that's how you make the black ones. But to make white, oh, there we go. Glowstone and then just a bunch of smooth stone. It doesn't have to be a specific color. It just makes your white anti-block, and then you make that black and you get this, which is beautiful and I love it. I think it works fairly well. I'm thinking about putting something there and then making the stairs go around this, but I kind of like that it looks like it's flowing off of the I want to say altar, but the like walking path. I think it looks really good. Um, I think it's like beautiful. But my plan for this is to change these are the skulls, by the way, that I was talking about. They're from the gravestone mod. They're just a candle and a skull, and that's how you make those. And then 5 of them, as I said before, 5 of them bone meal, and then an eye of ender will make your spawner, and that's how I made this. Anyway, I'm thinking about making these skulls and then putting them where all of these torches are. I think that'll give it a really cool feel to it, I think. And then when I've done that, I'm thinking about changing these to nether skeleton skulls. So we'll see. I don't know if I'll put like all mob skulls out here, because I don't think I can make the other ones into candles. I know I can do it with zombies, but I don't think I can do it with creepers. So we'll see. I don't know. As you see, there is a world anchor up here, and the reason is there's not one. But I do have a travel anchor up here, and it is called Blood Fountain. So this is what I've been working on in the background, as well as what you just got a glimpse of. But yeah, if you're wondering what the liquid is, it's distilled redstone. It makes a very good blood color. It is kind of clear, like you can see through it, kind of. And I know there's blood in Tinker's Construct. I don't know if you can pour it out into like a liquid, but yeah. So I like the roof. I think that gave it a lot of to the build. So yeah, overall I like it a lot. I mean, it might look really bad to you guys, but I think I think I did really well. I like it. And then kind of to make it a little bit more ominous, I just made stairs that lead to nowhere currently. Um, I'm not sure what to do with that, but currently that's the way it is. So we'll see. And then down here we have just kind of like a duplicate underneath. It's just like, look at this. I copied the stairs, and I think that really gave it some extra uh, depth to the build. And I wish there was like upside down torches too, so that I could put under it, so it looks like it goes like if you become possessed or something, you're like walk up the upside down stairs and just like or whatever. I don't know. And then you maybe these should be the other way around. That'd be creepier. I don't know. Maybe it would be. I don't know. We shall see. I don't know. But that kind of made the whole build give it some depth. And then up here, this flight is really nice for building, by the way. That was very difficult to do. It would have been even more difficult if I hadn't built it with like if I had built it without flight, it would have been much more difficult. But there's basically a block here, 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 and here. And then it goes down one, the same layer, and then there's a block connecting the bottom two. So I don't actually need these front two. It's just holding in the liquid. So yeah, I like it. I think it's beautiful. It has no point. There's no use for that in Blood Magic. By the way, I built it I built this platform and I was like, oh no, oh no, the altar has one center block that it goes around. And then you'd have to go off of it diagonally that way to build it. And then you could do it that way. And then I looked at this and I was like, well, my stairs are two stairs uh, width wise, not one and not three. So my entire platform that is symmetrical has the two block size stairs and then the two extra blocks on the sides on all sides, meaning the center block is 4 blocks. There's no center, there's no actual center block. It's just 4 blocks. So if I had put my altar there, it would have been off in a direction. And I was just like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I built this perfect symmetrical platform. I can't put that there. So I built this and I'm really happy with it. I love it. And then I made this off to the side, which is the exact opposite. It's not symmetrical at all. Um, there's no point you can draw on this that will make it a symmetrical line. I mean, I suppose you could draw it this way. If that makes it like through there over to there. And then fold that over there. And it kind of works, but not really. You'd have to cut off a bit over here. But yeah, so this is just the exact opposite of that, sort of. But yeah, this is how far I am in blood magic. So if you have no idea what blood magic is or how to do it, here's some stuff. Oh, I actually put the book in there, so I don't actually need this. Okay, cool. Yeah. I didn't realize I put it in here. Okay. So you will want witches at some point. This is the Bloodletters pack, which will, it won't take you to 0 health, but it will prick you every so often, and it will only prick you until the storage in it is 10,000. The LP, which is life point storage in it, is 10,000, and then it'll stop. And so that is full, and it's just in there. This is made like that, and basically you right click this while it's in your hand, and it will deal damage to you or take some hearts. And let me just close this, it's lagging a little bit. Okay, you'll right click with that in your hand, and it will take some hearts away from you and fill up the blood altar, which I think I went over how to make that. I don't remember, but it does have EMC, so you can just boop, and so does that. So yeah, that is how you make a blood altar. Pretty easy to make. You can make this fairly soon in your game. As soon as you start sieving gravel, you can actually get this made, because this is cobblestone to make that part, and then you just have to sieve gravel to get your diamond and smelt fairy gold. So fairly soon in the game you can get that. I don't actually need one of those, so I'm gonna put that in there. I don't need this or these on me currently. Yeah, okay. And then you're thinking, well, okay, what's a speed rune? What's a blood rune? What do I do with the blood in there? Well, the speed runes are made like that, and you're still like, well, what's a blank slate? What's a blood rune? Well, blood rune. It's made like that. You're gonna wonder how to make these. There's a book. You could just look it up in the book. You're gonna get a specific one first, and I think it's a diamond in your blood altar with blood, and I think that will make it. I believe it's that one is the first one you'll get. You'll get that when you just place the altar down and you don't actually do anything with it. I mean, upgrade it or anything. It's just the altar. Just the altar, and you can make the weak bloodstone. Anyway, blank slates. That is just stone, and then you make that. And they are used to make the reinforced slate in a tier 2, which is with 9 blocks under the altar of any type of rune or bloodstone or something. And then these are used for making the imbued slates. As you can see, I have some imbued slates, and I have some blank slates, and I have some reinforced slates. And I've also made this because I want to make a bound blade, I believe it's called, and that is how you get the blood shards, I think they're called. Yeah, and those are what you use for a lot of stuff in this mod. So yeah, there's your startup, how to make stuff in blood magic. And then to make these, and these, you will need to make yourself an alchemic chemistry set, and you'll put your thing here into there, and if it's not doing anything, it's because you need to fill it with blood, and you use it the same way you would use the sacrificial knife. The recipe for it is, oh, I was right, diamond into that, and then this has to have that much LP in it. and it needs 2,000 to make it. Okay. I'm going to show you real quick the effect of the Sacrificial Knife. Ooh, there we go. You just right click with it. There you go. Some blood will go into your altar. And with this armor, I actually want to show you. This will kill you, by the way, if you use it quickly. It will take you all the way down to 0 health and kill you. But this armor actually gives you regeneration, so you can actually fill up your altar very quickly. And then, yeah, it's like 1 or 2 regeneration, maybe even 3. I don't think it's 3, but it could be. It's pretty fast. So that's how you fill up that, and then you simply just put your stone in there to get your blank slates, and then blank slates into reinforced, and reinforced into imbued slate. Warning, if you leave it on the altar, it will become whatever the highest one is. So, yeah. But the bigger the slate, the more stuff you can use it for. And then I was using these in here. That's why I made 2 of them, because I was like, might need it for something. But I don't. So, yeah. I'm actually going to take this by right-clicking. It puts it in your lifeblood something. It's like your personal container for your lifeblood. Ooh. That was weird. I'm going to put that there. It will actually absorb the blood that is there. But I currently don't need that altar for anything. It's just kind of here. But as soon as I get a name tag, this will be kind of like what do I call it? Like a cage. I don't want to say petting zoo, but it's kind of that for witches. But I'm going to do that once I get a name tag, and we'll put somebody in there. I don't know. Because we evil. That's the whole point of blood magic. But I was like, this area isn't really big enough for a blood altar. So I was like, let's make a staircase out of something and make a platform. So I did that, and then ideas make creativity, and creativity make fill in the blank. And you're like, well, how do you get the ideas? Inspiration. There you go. There's a chart for you. And then this has went up a little bit since the last time you guys saw it. Speaking of which, there we go. It's at 94. Yeah, we could level up our inventory, but I don't really need to. Poor guy. No. Yeah, so we have a lot in here currently. I don't really need anything. Our wall of deaths is always getting destroyed, which is weird. Like, I don't even need like that wall itself. I just don't need. It's just there. I don't know. I kind of like it, but it's also kind of in the way. I don't know. I'll leave it there for now. I want to make a lounge area, like just aesthetically a lounge area for me to be AFK or something. I think that'd be something cool. And then I also want to make a swimming pool eventually. I don't know when, but eventually I want to make a swimming pool. That's also on my list. This keeps getting filled with. Oh, that has manilian in it. Has a lot of manilian in it. Oh, I was making those tools, right? Yeah. Blood and Resonant Ender always end up in there because stuff spawns inside of there, and Endermen like to hop in there every so often. It's like a hot tub for them or something. I don't know. So I think that's everything I have to show you. I just wanted to. Oh, right, yeah. I've also leveled up most of my machines to where they have that. I want this. There we go. To where they have all three of these. They're basically speed upgrades. I don't know if they do anything for autonomous activators, but yeah. So most of my machines have that, and so I thought it would make the power go down a bit, but it just hasn't. It just stays where it is. It just doesn't do anything. Look, it even ticked up there for a second. But yeah, I've also done that because I've realized I'm going to need a lot. Not that. Not you. Nope. Not you either. Draconium. I'm gonna need a lot of draconium for that mod. And so I don't know if I'll make a quest line for that, but we have a fair bit, and I really don't know what to do with this. But that is a direction I'm also stepping into. But as for quest lines, which I want to open up, yeah, so there's also some other edited stuff in here. Like I changed this from 1 heart to a quarter of a heart, and this from a something to a chance cube. So those are new changes because I was like, a full heart for 5. I mean, yeah, it's hard to do, but it's not impossible. I'm gonna make it a quarter of a heart because it was just too easy to do, and you could repeat it. So it was just like, you can automate it. We can automate this quest. So if you really want to get a bunch of hearts, there you go. And then this, I just made it different kinds of wood and food because easy options. Okay. We might go into either a new type of tinkering. I kind of want to do a real engineer because I want to see how that one goes because Steam was a little twitchy with some of the quests. So I kind of want to go into that and see how that works. But this one looks like a lot of fun. And I know it has a lot of big machines. And I kind of want to spread out and build some more stuff. But I also have a traveler's log to fill out. Yeah, there's a lot of places to travel in this. Lots and lots and lots. And you might notice, well, can I open it? Yeah. You might notice there's, yeah, a lot of stuff. A key. I don't even know what that's for. Creative Dimension Builder. Wow, creative. Creative ME storage. That's really good, actually. That'll hold literally everything. Creative Activation Crystal. I don't know what that's for. Creative Coolant Port. I don't know what that does. Creative Engine. Okay, so infinite power right there. Creative Capacitor. Creative Storage. Everlasting Guilty Pool. That's what I would grab out of them because Britannia is a difficult mod. I think is what I would grab. But yeah, all these quests you can actually look and see what they are. For instance, this one, Venus. You can't really see it, but Venus, which means you're going to space eventually. Yeah, but currently we have this one, which is the 4 different planets we can go to, and it gives us some nice rewards. Traveling gives you a lot of rewards, apparently. I might make some episodes over that, but I really want to do some of this because once I get into traveling, I'm not gonna want to come back. I'm gonna want to stay in a dimension and just start building there, and then just take over the dimension. So I don't know. I don't know what quest will do. It's something to think about. But yeah, currently we're stuck. As for the Steam stuff, we've completed everything but one quest, so we can't really do anything else in there. As for the Stone Age, we have one quest left, one quest in there. It's time to cook. We have a couple quests in here, but I don't know how to do them. It's gonna take some Googling to complete those. So we'll see. I might set up a way to get these, because I know it takes 500, and I might set up a way to get the amber bricks, because they are expensive, because you have to sieve to get the amber. Because I don't have an automated system for that, but I don't know how to make these. So I might make an automated something. I don't know how to make them, so an automated something to make those. Well, we have some nice calming music. I think this is a good time to end it. Thank you, everybody, for joining me on this episode of Gravity Block. It's been a long trip. You guys have missed some footage, but it's okay. You're here now. That's what matters. And I'm happy. I'm happy that you are here to join me. As always, in the description, big long list that I go through every time. As always, in the description, there is my Discord page. Feel free to hop on. We had one person hop on recently, and thank you. I know you currently haven't been watching this series specifically, which is perfectly fine. You know who you are. You're into the Stormbound area, which I will get back to because they're doing some interesting stuff in Stormbound. So I might hop back into that and see what's going on there. But thank you for hopping onto my Discord page. I don't actually know how to pronounce your username on Discord. So you know who you are. Thank you. There's my Facebook page for this YouTube channel that you can check out and send your friends over to. You can talk to me over there, and you can talk to me on my Discord page, as I said. There's also a link to this mod packs Facebook page, which is also run by me because I created it. Hiya. Shout out to me. And then there's my website, which has this mod pack and other mod packs on it that you can check out. My other mod packs I haven't worked nearly as hard on. They don't have a quest book or anything like that. So if you're into no quest book, no rules mod pack, that's the place for you to go. They're pretty cool. Some of the mods are the same, but there's some other ones that are different that are cool that you can check out. So yeah, go over there, check them out. It's not the best website, but it works for what I'm using it for. I'm not great at website editing, so I'm working on it. It's something I'm working on. There's the Minecraft page or website that you can actually get Minecraft on. And then to play my mod pack, there is the Minecraft Forge website that you can go to. And that will get you that will show you the versions of Forge that you will use for my different mod packs. So check that out as well. In a past episode, we completely crashed like the entire game, and it just did not want to do anything. It didn't want to load back in or anything. And basically, I used a program to help me fix it, and a link to that program is going to be in the description. If you want to know how I fixed it, you can go check out that episode. I think it'll be called something along the lines of ticking block error or something like that. Or fixed ticking block error. But yeah, and I start out by like the beginning of the episode is just beginning the episode, but the rest of it is, well, some of the rest of it is explaining what happened, how I fixed it, yeah, so forth. And then I think I actually bring up either the program or something and I actually show you. So it is a good learning thing that you can go and watch. As for anything else in the description, I think that's it. Remember to hit the subscribe button and ding the bell, and I will see all of you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Gravity Block. See ya.